Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be sharing with you how to contour your skirt. So I'll be working with this denim fabric. This is about 2 yards, but the length is about 35.5 inches, and here we've got 2 yards on fold. So I'll just fold it this way, and I'll be using the widest part of my body to fold it, which is my hip. So my hip circumference is 40, and I've got 12 here instead of 10. And on this part, I need as much as 3 inches for the hip contour and zip allowance. So I'll be drawing my starting line up here. Draw my starting line here. I feel it's safe to always have your starting line so that you can get your measurements accurately. Now from this starting line, I'll be coming down by 8 inches, which will serve as my hip drop. From my waist to my hip is 8 inches. Now from my waist to my hip knee circumference is 20 inches. This is not my actual knee circumference. I came up a bit, and the length of the skirt I'll be working with is 30 inches because it's a T-length skirt. T-length skirt is just like your mid skirt. From that 30 inches, I'll take additional 2 inches for hemming. So I'll be extending these markings to the other side of the skirt. Note I folded both the front and the back skirt together. So this part that is on fold is the front block of the skirt, and this is the back block of the skirt. So I'll just mark hip circumference here, length 30, additional 2 inches for joining. So I'll be joining these points together before I proceed to take my horizontal measurement. My waist measurement is 32, and 32 divided by 4 is 8 inches. So from here, I'll be marking 8 inches, and I'll add additional 1.5 inches for sewing allowance. For the hip, my hip is 40. Now this is where we'll be inserting our contour. My hip circumference is 40, and I'm supposed to divide 40 by 4 because this is on fold. Now I'm dividing 40 by 2, so that I will have 20 for the front and 20 for the back. So for the front, I'm taking 1 inch off the 20, leaving me with 19 inches. So that 19 inches will now be divided into 2 to give me my front hip measurements. Note, I've taken 1 from it and I've kept it aside because I'll be using it later. So I'll be working with 19 inches for my front skirts. I'm just marking 9.5 inches here, and I'll add additional 1.5 inches for joining. This is it. Now, on the knee circumference, I'll be taking 6 inches off my actual hip circumference. My actual hip circumference is 40. So I'll be taking 6 inches off of 40, and I'll be left with 34 inches. So this time around, we are dividing by 4 because I'm marking for the front and the back together. 34 divided by 4 will give me 8.5 inches. So I'll be inserting 8.5 inches on this knee circumference here. 8.5 with additional 1.5 inches for joining. And this 8.5 will be extended all the way down to the hem of the skirt. I'm not narrowing the skirt. Now I'll be joining these points with my ruler. Now I'll be marking a straight line here so that I'll use it as guide to contour my hip. So on this hip depth line, I'll be going out by 1 inch. That is to replace the 1 inch that was taken. So I'll go out by 1 inch. I'll be joining this, I'll be connecting this 1 inch to my waist measurement. This hip depth line, you'll be taking your measurements down to the point where your bum curves. So you can get that measurement from the back. You can ask someone to hold your tape, your measuring tape like this at the back. From the waist, they'll just take the measuring tape down, follow the curve of your bum until they get to the curve under your bum. That's how you will get the measurement you need from here to here. But it's an average of between 5 and 6 inches. Mine is 6 inches, so I'll be coming down by 6 inches because from my waist it's about 14. So that is 6 inches from 8 inches. So I'll be marking it here. I'll be marking it here on this line. So I'll be using this ruler to join it to this hip depth measurement. So now I'll be taking the zip allowance, and the zip allowance, I'll be marking 1.5 inches for zip allowance, and I'll mark it all the way. I'd like to say thank you to everyone that has supported this channel in one way or the other. Please, if you are new to this channel and you've watched to this point and you're finding the tutorial helpful, please do well to like, share, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your notification bell so that you get notified when I upload a new video. I'll go ahead and cut this out. But on this part, I'll be marking zip so that you can either notch or you just do some markings on it so that you don't confuse your zip allowance from your side seam, because they're almost alike. So you should be able to differentiate your zip allowance from your side seam. We have the front and the back piece of this skirt. I've gone ahead to notch where the zip will be starting, and I've also notched the center front of the skirt. I won't be inserting that. I didn't even leave allowance for that. On this break point, I'll be notching as well. So because I'm not adding lining for this skirt, I'll just proceed to start sewing. This is the zip and this is the side. So first thing first, I'll just go ahead and close my center back. I'll close my center back, of which I'll still open it up when I want to attach the zipper. But I'll go ahead and close my center back. Sorry. I'll close my center back so that I can shape in the skirt by marking my allowance from the sides before sewing the sides. So I'll just go ahead and close the center back now. So after joining the center back, I'll just place right sides facing each other and shape the sides. So I'll do the same thing on the other side, then go on my machine and sew. So I'm done joining the sides of the skirt. You know, initially I closed the zip allowance. I'll be opening it up now, but I won't open it up all the way. I'll just open it up and fix my waistband before inserting the zip. And for the hem of this skirt, you can choose to, this fabric is stretchy, so I can leave it as it is, but I will loosen it 6 inches upward and do overlapping on it. So the slit at the back will be overlapping slits, but it will be as high as 6 inches, 6 to 8 inches upwards. You know, it's a mid-length skirt. So right now, just losing these stitches for the zip allowance, attach the band and fix the zip. So I've attached the band and I've opened 8 inches upward for the slit. And for the slit, I'll be doing overlapping slits. So this is 8 inches. So next I'll just insert the zip and secure this end. Then I won't be stitching, I'll be using hemming gum to turn this in. Because of the contour, this back part of the skirt is puffy, and that is where we accommodate the buttocks. So that's the reason why we contoured underneath the buttocks. So this place has like excess compared to the front of the skirt, and this excess is what we accommodate the buttocks. So this is the overlapping slits and this is the zipper. So I'll just do the finishing of the skirt and put it on for you all to see. So we have come to the end of this tutorial. I hope you found this video really helpful. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment if you have any, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.